Hello and welcome back to Weekend Movie Bros, where I am Jacob, and our co-host is here with me.
We're in my house. I'm Ray.
Yes, and Zachary, what are we going to try to do when we talk?
I don't know.
We're going to, no. You're going to try to look at me over here, and I'm going to try to look at you over here. That way we're always staring at the camera.
Gotcha.
And you can see me, so it should be fine.
Gotcha.
This is a very important conversation.
Okay. What?
Just stare ahead.
Okay.
Know this.
I gotcha.
There's no point.
Okay.
All right. Good. We have a few stories to talk about today.
A few?
Yeah, there's a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stories. Also, if the quality's a little bit down, yeah, it is actually. That's true. Yeah, that's not a lie. But I'm, of course, Jacob. This is Weekend Movie Bros, where we have a podcast. We do some reactions. Sometimes my brother reviews things if he remembers to send them to me.
Which I did send him something that he still hasn't put up on the channel.
No, never got the email, so. Yeah.
Spent a lot of time on that review too.
Well, sometimes I think you're lying.
Well,
You just made me feel bad.
No, I sent it to you.
Well, I don't. We can check my email.
No, we checked it. I don't know what happened.
You could resend it.
In other words, Clone Wars was good. Moving on.
It is a little past due.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're going to continue on what we talked about last week, which was this damn show can't shut up news, which is the Batwoman show. Apparently there was a new update I didn't know about.
See, you caught yourself there. Very hell, that's creepy. So the news came out. So basically what we have learned in this whole entire exploration for Batwoman
is that DC doesn't know what they're doing.
No. That was learned like 7 movies ago. Basically what we're... You could have excused yourself. I'm so violent.
It brightens up the mood, though, doesn't it?
I can't say it does. Maybe turns a little more sour. So, basically, what we have learned is that the people over at CW who run the Arrowverse don't really know how not to leak things to the public. I don't believe any of the stuff that we've learned about Batwoman was supposed to be learned about Batwoman. Mm-hmm. And so the newest one is Kate Kane. Now, we've talked about her a lot. Is that right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kate.
Okay. We talked about her a lot here on the channel, especially here over the past few weeks. But we've been speculating what they're going to do with her. Are they going to bring her in and do something? Well, we have finally got our confirmation what is going to happen in the premiere episode. Now, the rumor is at hand that she is going to die off camera in between seasons. That the relationship with Ruby Rose was that bad that they didn't even want to bring her back for a death scene. And that, my friend, is the Batwoman updates for the week.
Okay, and so I guess I get to go into my little whatchamacallit or whatever. Now, currently you are going through the Arrowverse coughing fit, and you're also currently going through Arrowverse, which you are really liking because we keep talking about it. The whole reason you started watching the Arrowverse again because you and I watched the first episode of Batwoman.
Yep.
So, let me ask you a question now. With all this going on, are you going to watch your season now at all?
Well, yes, all the side characters and stuff are being brought over. My gosh, I need to get a water. Could you continue the conversation?
Yes. But now see where he says they're going to bring over all the side characters. I know they are, but they're not going to be what we have been watching them as for the past 23 odd episodes.
Oh my god, you can see my fat stomach. I'm sorry. We're not going to upload this as a video.
Anyway, the ending of Batwoman now literally makes no sense going forward for season 2. It
So the villain has been announced.
Yeah, because they're not going to go with the overarching villain they've had in the first season. Because what's the point?
Yeah, no, she's gone.
Yeah, my point. If you are a Batwoman fan, that actually feels pretty good. If you're a Batwoman fan, much like I am, the frustration's hard. I feel like DC wins one and loses one at the same time. They won with the Snyder Cut, but they're losing over on the Arrowverse side. So I don't know what they're going to do. Personally, I think they should just scrap the entire Batwoman thing to begin with. I feel like they should move forward, move on to a different character, and just call it Batwoman. No, I literally mean move on from the Batwoman character. Like,
they're not going to do that, Zachary.
I know they're not, but that's what it's what I think they should do, because at this point they're going to lose their entire fan base due to them scrapping a fantastic idea at the end of this season to not even go with anymore. Because now when Bruce Wayne inevitably shows up in the show, it's not going to be for reasons for Batwoman. It's going to be just because they want to bring in Bruce Wayne to the Arrowverse.
We don't know that. You are judging something before you have seen it. And we have talked about this time and time again.
They've already announced a new villain, which means Alice is probably gone.
Yeah, but why would you do Alice, Zachary?
Because you set her up the entire season.
Doesn't matter, Zachary. You can't have a great antagonist if the okay protagonist is not there.
So then what's the point?
And the okay antagonist.
So then what's the point of the season 2? Don't even call it season 2.
Zachary, it's going to be called season 2 because we're following the same exact story. We're just changing some tiny little plot details.
Tiny
little plot details. So let's move on. Why don't we? Because,
Warner Brothers is still going.
I personally just don't feel like I want to get into an argument with you in your house over Batwoman, a TV show I had not even seen. And that's my opinion on that.
You want to keep updated with it?
Hey, we are going to keep updated with it as more and more leaks are coming. So we are going to move on to Tenet and Wonder Woman 1984. But first, let's talk about every movie that decided to jump ship from this Corona scene.
That was a bad joke.
I tried.
I know you did.
I shouldn't with beer.
So he brought.
I want to talk. I got the news article.
I know it.
Then you can talk. Okay. So he's the one who introduced me to this, but I'm going to steal it.
No.
I'm glad we all understood that.
No.
So Deadline posted an article at 4:59 today. And oh my god, it starts with "It just won't stop." And honestly, that's just
how it is.
Yeah. So Warner Brothers in the wake of moving Tenet to July 17th to July 31st. So now it just moved up a week. But they also cleared August by moving Wonder Woman from August 14th to October, which is done. Oh, it's October 2nd, by the way, which was what was there before? It was a good date. Who had that date?
I don't know.
Somebody had that. It was a good date. I couldn't remember. But instead, and it's probably to move Tenet. So if Tenet needs to move in August, they can move it into anywhere in August without having any, running into any other Warner Brothers fixtures. Pretty good idea. Well, guys, let's just talk about some other bigger news. Yes, we thought this was the big news. This was small kind of news. Tenet comes out a week later. Boo-hoo, we can wait. Wonder Woman 1984 moves again. I guess we're still just going to keep waiting.
Yeah.
But now we are here to talk about Matrix 4.
And Godzilla versus Kong. Matrix
4 has moved from May 21st, 2021. Yes, that was the date. To the April 1st, 2022. I do want to mention, though, that there is no mention whatsoever of John Wick 4. So it still has its May release date for next year, which does make me wonder if Keanu's going to go ahead and shoot that first and then go back.
Yeah.
I would wonder how they would shoot that, but it's fine.
They can do an entirely interior film for John Wick Chapter 4 and it would make sense.
And then it kind of would, though. I kind of agree.
I would love to see him do like a Home Alone style Predator house film where he's trying to get all these people inside a house and stylistically kill them. I think it'd be cool.
Maybe for a short.
No, I could totally see it being
Like
a
a
film.
10-minute short.
John Wick Chapter 4, Homebound.
Yep. Let's try not to title these things. So, I do want to mention this is just the week after Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness comes out, and so it only has 1 week before Matrix comes out the next week. So yes, guys, 2022 is becoming crowded. Jesus.
2022 is coming to new 2020.
Hey, let's not even joke about that.
That's true.
No, we're not. Okay.
That's 2 years from now.
Yes, just don't joke. Great. Oh God, it's true though. Kind of true. Yeah. All right. Also, Godzilla vs. Kong, which I'm not really sure why it moved.
Oh, I know why.
It supposedly moved for November 20th this year, and so will take over the Matrix 4's original date and will go up against John Wick Chapter 4 for May 21st. Lionsgate currently has Spiral. It saw a reboot on that date as well. There is rumors, though, that
Spiral will probably end up moving.
Yeah. Roberts' Nexus features The Witches is unset in 2021, for the time being no longer on the October 9th date, which we have talked about them thinking about moving. And The Death of the Nile, Aaron's work,
Kenneth
Branagh's Death of the Nile has also moved. And then also Aaron Sorkin's The Trial of Chicago 7 has moved. Warner Bros. Cartoon Action hybrid Tom and Jerry moves to March 5th, 2021. Where it was originally Ghostbusters original date. And also, see here, a Sylvester Stallone movie moved.
Which no one really.
Yeah, that's why. And also, Warner Bros. Took off a whole movie.
So, also, we even add in the whole Disney stuff going on right now, too. The one called Ivan is now going to Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And they also moved some of their non-ancillary Fox films around and gave them new release dates as well. But I think the big one here, and you don't understand why they moved it, I think it's Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong, if it was stayed in November, would have gone against No Time to Die, Black Widow, and what was the other one that came out in November?
That's it.
That's it. Even though those are two kind of smaller movies in a way, budgeted wise, I think they're smaller than Godzilla vs. Kong. CGI wise, you know what I mean.
We'll find out.
Anyway, I don't think Godzilla vs. Kong still would have stood a chance against both of those. Those are both highly anticipated spy thrillers, and November is always a good time for those. And I think that Godzilla vs. Kong will end up stronger in May than November. I think Godzilla vs. Kong is a really good summer film, not a good ending of the year movie. And plus, Godzilla King of the Monsters didn't do very well for Warner Brothers last year. So I think it only makes sense for them to... This also gives them time to work on the movie, because we've heard that earlier drafts of this film weren't very good, hence why they're going back and reworking on some of the stuff.
But test screenings were amazing, and everybody absolutely loved it.
No, they had more time to make it better. Personally, I'm glad they moved it. At this point, I'm happy with where we get this year now. I mean, I'm happy to see Tenet, Wonder Woman, Black Widow, whatever, when they come out eventually. The other thing we talked about last week, I think is getting more of an update, is that one, Mulan. It is no longer going to hit the July 27th release date.
24th?
24th release date.
It's still possible. It is possible.
Possible, yes.
It is possible.
Will it, though?
Who
Probably
knows?
not.
There is a chance that, depending on how fast New York opens and stuff, that they could have their theaters up and running, which will depend on if they actually do open or not.
With everything going on now, and with both situations going on right now, I can see August officially being the month that movie theaters open again, which means Tenet will still open theaters, but I think this will finally put the nail in the coffin on Mulan, and Mulan will go to Disney Plus.
Or Mulan will move to August.
No, there's a difference between Black Widow and Mulan. Black Widow It's a guaranteed money grab. They know they can do it. Mulan, without the Chinese box office, is going to flop over here in the U.S., and they know that.
Yeah, but just like we're opening up, the Chinese box office is also opening up. Actually, they're opening up a lot quicker than we are over here stateside.
Well, then China could get Mulan. We won't get it till next year.
No, they would move it to August. Which I have a feeling more than likely though, they'll probably put it on PVOD and then move it over to Disney Plus.
But we're still in agreement, so it's not going to get a theatrical.
I don't think it would get a theatrical run, but there is still a chance. We're still out. July is not here yet. We're not sure. Every day is an update. Every day is changing, and so we won't really know until we get there. So I'm still going to be optimistic for its release. I believe that Disney did not move its release date because they're not entirely sure. Bob Iger has said how he was really, really happy that Warner Brothers was the first person outside the gate to figure out how well movies were going to do box office-wise, if it was going to be a dud or not. And now it's Mulan. And I don't really know if they want to take the chance of Mulan being a box office dud, not because the movie's bad, which it could be. We generally don't know. People do know. People have seen the movie.
Which is crazy to think about. There are people out there who have to keep what they know, not saying it, which is crazy. It's crazy.
But it could just simply be because people are too scared to go to the movies yet. And also, there's a lot of regulations that are being put on the movie theaters to make them even better. There has been a poll. Most people, 40% of people, have said that they will go back. But it's only 40% of people. That seems like a high number.
But it's not.
But it's really not. Even at 30% capacity, that's still 10%. We want a higher number. We want half that. We want to triple that.
And honestly, to be truthfully honest, neither Mulan or Tenet, I think, can save the movie-going season to start. I really don't. Neither of them.
I think Christopher Nolan might.
Tenet hasn't.
Possibly.
Even with the 2 trailers they've put out for Tenet, I still don't know what's going on. And sometimes it's a good thing, but at this point, I really think I think with a 3rd trailer, now we're going to probably end up getting a third for it. I think it'd be best for Nolan's promotional group to kind of give the audience an idea. That way they know what they're going into with the film. Not like give us everything beat by beat, but give us like a little hint of it. You want people to come in and go, okay, so now I know I want to watch.
I think a lot of people are going to like just the fact of being back in the movies. I don't think they're going to care.
Which one would you rather go see in theaters if you got the chance? And don't say Tenet. For me, it's Tenet. Tenet.
I do want to mention, though, that Tenet technically isn't, and also Mulan won't be the first movie back. They are going to be releasing Inception on Tenet's release date.
I think it's awesome.
There is a slight rumor going around Hollywood right now that Tenet actually is a backdoor sequel.
Oh, I'm full in believing on that now.
To Inception, and so this will be a great promotional thing. There is going to be extra scenes and stuff. The movie is going to be extended. It's for its 10-year anniversary, so it's a big deal. So they're going to pull out some stuff.
I'm fully on this whole Tenet and Inception together kind of thing because it matches up really, really well. And if there's a fucking cameo from Leonardo DiCaprio, which he never does, that's how you get people in the theater.
Yeah. I think it needs a moment. It needs a moment. A talk about moment. I don't think it has one yet. I think
you know what film no one's talked about at all that we haven't heard anything about for movie wise is SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob is in August. It will premiere in August.
I thought it was July.
No, they moved it to August. It's the first weekend of August.
Man, if we don't hit August, do you think Nickelodeon is just going to put straight on Nickelodeon and just say, here's a new SpongeBob special and call it a special instead of a movie?
Oh, we could possibly talk about that. Nickelodeon. Speaking of Nickelodeon, little side segment, it is Pride Month this month. If you guys did not know, Pride Month celebrates the LGBTQ community. My friend is happily gay and proud of it. So while you guys know, my flag's behind in like every podcast. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to shield you.
Mm-hmm.
Nickelodeon decided to post some stills of their gay characters. Nickelodeon has 3 gay characters, and they officially announced one as such. They have Kara. They have another man who I don't know because I don't watch all Nickelodeon cartoons. He is supposedly a pansexual character that they have, and yeah.
Who's Kara?
Oh, Kara. Is that her name?
You mean Cora?
Cora.
Oh, I was like, who the hell is Kara?
Cora.
Cora. Okay, that one I knew. That one's
And the newest one is SpongeBob,
which
has been totally part of the lore for a very long time. They just have never truly admitted it. There's a lot of different things to it. I really like the fan theory since there isn't a label on any of these characters. As it is, like I said, Nickelodeon, they're just going to say if these characters are part of the community. SpongeBob has been rumored to be a part of the community since like I was a child. I mean, it's been a long time rumor going around, and people are saying that he's probably asexual, which would make a lot of sense.
well, yeah, he's a sponge.
I know. But also people do like the fact that maybe that's why he likes Squidward so much. I mean, there's a few other segues and stuff, but maybe there's more of attraction there than we have been thinking about.
Dude, what if SpongeBob gets into that shit?
And I was trying not to make this weird. And
I'm being serious. What if Nickelodeon decided to go in on it and see what happened?
I'm very curious to see it as well. I don't believe it will happen, but then again, who knows?
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, Legend of Korra dives deep into it a lot in the show.
It also ended on it.
Yeah, but still.
That's part of the reason why they ended up not renewing it.
Still a great show.
But that was in 2014. This is several years later.
Lots changed.
Lots have changed. So who knows? It is very possible. I don't believe so. I think this was a very big step forward, though. And I think it's something kind of cool. It made a lot of headlines and stuff, obviously. It's SpongeBob.
You know what? Oh, we can still talk about Nickelodeon a little bit. Leave poor Chase alone. That's all.
Okay. We're just going to move on. So, we're going to go with Miles Back and Better Than Kinda Ever.
Okay, so this past week on, what's today? Sunday? Not yesterday. Friday, PlayStation had their PS5 game reveals. Well, PS5 reveal. It was a fantastic 2-hour show of nothing but goodness left and right from, he's having trouble with the lid, with all these great companies, but they pulled the shock and it got me to buy their freaking system. So good job, Sony. You got my money.
Literally 3 weeks ago when I was here, he was like, I'm never buying that. It's a piece of shit.
No, I didn't say that. I said it would either take God of War or Spider-Man to get me to buy the PS5. And what did they fucking do? They started their show off with Spider-Man. And I'm like, okay, you got me. And it's a Miles Morales game. Now, if you've played the game, you know that they set up the Miles story very, very, very well. I have theories. People don't like my theories because they wonder what Spider-Man 2 would be like if my theories were correct. I think it would just move on, just be Spider-Man 2 with Miles, but that's just me. I think Peter is dead.
No, they have come out and said that Peter is alive.
I want my theory.
I'm just saying your theory is wrong. They've officially come out and said that the next Spider-Man game will be a
PlayStation blog when I see it. I don't know. You don't have to get it for me now. Anyway, we have Spider-Man Miles Morales coming out in holiday 2020. I think that was the biggest part about the reveal is that it comes out at the end of the year.
I agree.
It's a launch game for the system, which, man, they just got my money so fast. They got like $550 out of me. Good. But we're also getting Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in 2022. Now, if you are an MCU follower like I am and like most of the world is, in Spider-Man Homecoming, Uncle Aaron, played by, what's his name? From Solo. He plays Lando. What's his name, Jake? Can you help me here?
Donald
Glover has been confirmed to be Uncle Aaron, the Prowler from the Spider-Man comics, and they mentioned his cousin, his nephew, in the movie. Now, I think that in Spider-Man 3, we are going to get introduced to a young Miles Morales in Spider-Man 3. Because, as we now know, the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange is going to open up a whole new can of worms with the MCU. And I think the way they're going to get rid of our Peter Parker within the MCU is that he's going to dimensionally rift from one universe to the other. Like, he's going to be leaving our universe and going to Sony's universe. That means the MCU still needs a Spider-Man. Now, here's the best thing about Miles Morales' Spider-Man being within the MCU. There is nothing Sony-wise holding him there. If they canonically advised him in the MCU with Uncle Aaron being part of the MCU, then he's part of the MCU and Peter can be separate. So if this goes well and Miles goes well with the audiences in Spider-Man 3, which I think he might be in there, then there's a good chance that Miles might get his own film down the road. And I think with him having his own standalone game, we have Into the Spider-Verse 2 coming out in 2022. 2025, I think, be a good shot of Spider-Man 4 happening with Miles. It's really cool seeing Miles get all this love. It's crazy that within a 10-year gap, he's come in, taken the place of Spider-Man, become the most well-known Spider-Man of the other ones. Now, I do agree with people. I feel like he's now really well registered that he should change his name of Spider-Man to something else because, I love in the movie, in the Spider-Verse, she's like, anyone can be Spider-Man. That's very true, but everybody else has a different name. I think Miles should be able to change his name as well. For all I know, just call him Miles. I like the fact I would be, he's a really open character, and you learn that more in the comics and the books and in the movie. I don't know. I'm really happy to see more Miles stuff, and the game looks incredible. It's a standalone game leading into 2. I'm really, really excited. So explain why you say it's kind of here.
What? Sorry?
You okay?
Yeah, you just kept talking. I just dozed. So what am I doing? Could you explain again?
Why are you saying he's better than kinda ever?
Oh, well, yeah, here's the thing. All right, we're just going to be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is like one of the best animated movies of all time. Like, it's in the top 10 best animated movies of all time.
Top 2.
Nope, sorry. Top 10 best animated movies of all time. Okay? That is the best Miles. So, better than kinda ever.
Wait a minute. You're saying that Miles can't be good in live action form?
No, I never said that, Zach.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying we have Miles back and better than kinda ever.
I'm still not following.
We had the best Miles so far. So it's kinda. Like, I'm not solely sold. I didn't really like him in the cutscenes that I saw. I wasn't too impressed with what they did with him in PS4 Spider-Man. I'm very intrigued. I'll watch all the cutscenes. I will not play this game. But I'm very intrigued. I'm just being honest. Very intrigued by what they're going to do with him. And I'm very, very excited to see what the MCU would do with him.
If you want to know why he won't play the PS5 Spider-Man game, then go watch some of our commentary back from Spider-Man PS4 back in the day. It was funny. He's pointing at me, but he was the one with the controller.
Oh, no, it's called a backseat gamer, guys. We all want to shoot them, and my brother is a big one. So, yeah. Alrighty. All DC movies getting taken down, except
some very weird few.
So the ones that are getting kept on there, we'll go over those because it's a fewer list than there is
leaving.
So Aquaman is staying.
Which is good.
Then also
Shazam.
Shazam is staying.
Amazing.
Joker is staying.
We've said enough about that one.
And
then Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
Oh, Green Lantern and Supergirl are all staying.
Okay. Two of those are really good. Actually, no, I take that back. 3 of those are really good. But they're keeping 2 of the shittiest ones?
Well, once again, this is all based on contracts and stuff. I do agree with a lot of people who said that they probably said, hey, we'll pay you this amount of money to make sure that the DCE movies are on the streaming service for the first month, and then they have to go back to their original contracts, and then they'll come back when the contracts are left up.
Where's Justice League gonna go?
I don't actually know what streaming service had it before this, but whatever had it
Who
before.
had Batman versus Superman?
I don't know, Zachary. Somebody did, though.
But they're Warner Brothers.
That doesn't matter, Zachary.
I know it doesn't matter. I'm allowed to be. It's allowed to be weird, and their whole system of how they're going to work with this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
So they're cycling films out every month. Every month we're going to be getting new DC movies for a month, not an indefinite time. A month, and they're only doing this with DC films. And
Well, I mean, movies will cycle out in
yes,
HBO.
but we have time to enjoy them before they go. A month's not a long time. I know of streaming services that don't wait a month to get rid of things and then bring them back in. We get like upwards of maybe a year and a half with certain movies, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it sucks that I don't get that much more as much more time with 89 Batman. I've only got to watch it twice, and there are certain people I want to hang out with that can't come over at certain times, and I won't be able to watch it with them again. I think it's dumb. The only reason they're cycling stuff out is because of the whole HBO part of their thing, which is where they have to cycle out films that are not currently part of HBO. And that's where that hinders them a lot.
Zachary, I can tell you every streaming service cycles out movies and TV shows. Netflix does it, Who does it, Disney.
Yeah, but they're getting rid of
Actually, I think Disney pushes ads movies. But
yeah.
That's just because Disney never sold their vault. Disney was like, this is my vault. I'm keeping my movies. And it paid off. HBO.
Why would Warner Brothers sell Batman v Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman of all films?
They sell them out for 6 months contracts so that other people can see it. It's like for when it goes over to like Stars or whatever. It's the same
I still think it's dumb.
Avengers Infinity War being stuck on Netflix until May, from November to May, and it could not premiere on Disney Plus because it was stuck over on Netflix about Black Panther. This is not the first streaming service.
No. I understand. It's just I think other streaming services are cycling their stuff out better than this. They're literally getting rid of their banner for DCEU in a month.
That's yes. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm just saying I understand.
And you know the worst part about it is they're cycling out DC films. What happened to their television? Are we not getting any of it? In their press release, they specifically said they're cycling out DC movies. They said nothing about television. So are we not getting any of the TV now?
What do you mean? Be more specific on what television you want.
Any of the animated stuff.
That is on DC Universe.
Which is a bunch of bullshit.
You're not getting it until DC Universe is no longer a thing. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
It will never happen.
God, I hope it happens.
It won't.
Please happen.
Then stop watching Harley Quinn.
It's going to sci-fi. I'm watching it for free. Well, no. For like $6.99 a month. But it's... Punchline. Zachary, do you know what Punchline is?
Joker's new girlfriend?
Yeah. Oh, God. Good God. Good for you. Batman. Zachary, I think we had a theme.
Really?
Well, then we had good old Miles here. But everything else pretty much stuck to our theme. Yeah, wow. Good for us. So, Punchline. Do you read the current runs?
Jacob, I haven't been allowed to go to any of my comic shop because of what's going on. So
do you have a Kindle?
Kindle, yes.
Do you have Comixology on your Kindle?
Do we have Comixology?
Get Comixology.
Okay.
Glad we had that conversation.
Yeah, I'm glad we did too.
So I read the issue. So Punchline comes in, and I just want to very quickly talk about Punchline here for a quick second.
It's all you.
That's good. Because I have some thoughts, and I'm going to run them by you. Okay. So Punchline is, I honestly don't really know, since they don't exactly very much say what she is to Joker. She's the punchline to his joke. That's where her name comes from. Is that she's the punchline? Actually, plays really better organically in the comic when they actually.
I hope it does, because the way you said it hurts my soul.
Well, that's true. Her design looks really cool. I would look it up and show you guys, but we're struggling as it is. So, and her design looks really cool. I really enjoy Punchline's design. Her backstory was sloppy as hell. My Jesus, wasn't bad. But
does she feel rushed?
Oh my God, yeah.
Does she?
Oh my God,
yeah. Out of curiosity, does Harley know about this?
Oh yeah. So she showed up in 2 different issues, and she'll be throughout the whole Joker War, which is the new big huge thing coming up. Read comics. It's not my fault you're not reading comics. So Get with the game program, boy. So Joker had his 85th birthday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is actually truly. But he has, or maybe if it was either the 85th or 80th birthday. It was during quarantine, so we got to celebrate a little late. That's okay.
It makes sense it would be 80th because Batman's 80th was last year. So
then
it makes
80th.
sense.
Yeah, 80th. It was
There's no way Joker's 5 years older than Batman. It'd be weird if he was.
It's also weird because he likes him sexually.
So wait a minute. His birthday present from DC was a new girl?
No, that's a really weird way to put it. No. That's not true. So she originally didn't show up in the next issue of the Batman 52 or whatever that's running right now.
Rebirth?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Rebirth.
I don't know. All I know is I fell out at the wedding issue because it was garbage, and then I found my way back to it a few issues ago. And now I'm continuing to read it because I think this arc is somewhat okay. And so she shows up with Joker, and her and Harley get into a fight. It's really cool. They have a few bits and stars. I really like how Harley is very, she tells her that one day, because Harley is by herself, they're broken up and stuff in the comics, is one day we'll have a drink and sit down and talk about all the damage that he done to both of us as girls. It was a very mature moment for Harley.
Wow.
And
it's actually really cool.
Yeah, it really opened up my heart. I was like,
I love what they're doing with that character. I really, really, really do.
It's great. It's very great. So,
comics, by the way. I love what the comics are doing with Harley.
Hey, the TV show is doing a lot.
And if you watched Justice League Apocalypse War, Harley Quinn is a badass in that movie. Straight up.
And so they have a conversation there. And then, like I said, the 80th anniversary, which is 100 pages long.
That's fantastic.
There's some, actual art in it, but there's also different, tie-in comics and stuff. Her backstory is a 6-page tie-in comic. Yes. I want to make sure you understand. A 6-page tie-in comic that she verbally tells everybody everything that happened to her in her life, except showing because they didn't want to. I don't honestly know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
you're a comic book. You have to show what you what?
Yeah, yep. It's
it's just a bunch of black pages with writing on it?
No. She's talking to somebody, but she tells them everything, and we don't get to see any of it. It's just a whole
entertainment.
It was like a 6-page long monologue. If you're looking for a monologue, don't recommend. It was actually very bad writing, but it was there. And so her origins there as well. She's a college student and things like that.
Why does Joker always go after the good ones?
She was not exactly good to begin with, but that's Punchline. I find her very interesting. It's very, she is a darker hair. She's dark hair, brown hair. That's the word I'm looking for. Whereas almost black hair. You could honestly say it's probably black. Whereas Harley's blonde, and so maybe it's her Veronica to her Betty.
Oh, good. You're really going to compare Batman to Archie?
Yes. Or there's also a few other comparisons which I really, really do enjoy, and they even have kind of the bicker between the Archie comics, the original Archie comics, not the new Archie stuff. And Betty and Veronica, they even bigger like Betty and Veronica, and so I do believe there's underlying messages and stuff in here.
Interesting.
Also, I think they maybe, possibly, I don't think it goes to Steve, but they could have went to Steve, that they possibly hint at Joker being gay in this comic. He's been full-fledged gay in other runs, standalone.
The Lego Batman movie.
Oh my god, that's the best part. Batman Returns. No.
Dark Knight Returns. Very much, yeah. It's crazy when I think of any iteration of Joker. That's the only iteration that ever made sense to me in that version. That one, Lego Batman movie, because they explain it really well. Why
it made sense. I thought you said never made sense.
No, it made sense in those 2 iterations for him of why it made sense, why he felt that way so much. They're
even kind of hinting at it in the Harley Quinn TV show. I see vibes of it as well.
Yeah, I saw the video of him in Arkham Asylum and him acting like the Heath Ledger Joker. He definitely gives off vibes of that kind of
he just really loves Batman, a lot.
It would also explain why he's constantly going after him. It makes sense.
But like I said, I don't really know if this comic is that deep. He shows up in a closet, like he pokes his head out and stuff, and like it's almost like he's coming out of the closet. Like I said, it's very underlining, but who knows?
If you ever really want to learn that much more about that relationship between the two of them more intimately, I highly recommend. I know it's like beating a bad rug, but it's true. The Batman animated series, specifically Batman Beyond, they really dive deep into the whole Joker Batman relationship a little bit more deeper, and it's really fascinating. I would definitely do that.
Batman: The Killing Joke, not the movie.
The comic.
The comic. Also another iteration where I did kind of get the vibe as well. But that's just because I think I see much more as Joker as a gay character than I do as any other, which is probably why I get the vibe so often in several iterations of him. But honestly,
what do you think about the Gotham version?
No. I never really got that vibe.
You didn't get that vibe from Monahan?
No.
I got it for a little bit with Bruce.
No, I didn't really get that vibe.
Different opinions.
That's okay though. So yeah, that's Punchline.
But I want to bring this. When we talk about Killing Joke, I kind of want to leave this to the audience. I always ask everybody when that ever gets brought up, it's completely true. Do you think Batman killed Joker at the end of that book? I want to hear your thoughts on that. I've always said since the beginning of ever me reading that book for the first time, Batman did kill Joker, and he laughed at it because he finally got his final laugh at Joker. I thought that's always how it was, because that's one of the best endings with the two of them. I love that ending to death of them just sitting there laughing together, and you don't know what happened. And I love that to death. I think it's beautiful.
I don't believe that he killed Joker.
What do you think happened? I'm just curious.
I believe because Batman, just like Joker, they both like the ride. They both like to go down that journey. And yes, I would say Joker is a little bit more sadistic than normal.
In that one,
it's like with Todd, Jason and stuff. I think these are moments where you could definitely, where if you would say, yeah, he did. I think these are the moments where you could be like, yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
But I personally think in this particular sense, it's the same way. They both like chasing each other, and so you probably put them back in Arkham, and yeah.
That's another good one to reference people to go look at Batman Joker relationships. Batman Under the Red Hood. Very, 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 very good Joker story within that too, involving Jason and Batman. I think that's a really good one.
Okay. Going to our last segment of the day, and what have we been watching?
We know what you've been watching. We'll get to you in a minute, because all you watch is the same thing, which is Arrowverse.
Actually, I've not watched it.
Oh. You shocked me. I have been trying to catch up on certain things I haven't seen. And so I watched a couple of things here and now and again, but to be frank, this past week has been kind of crazy. And so really what I've been watching is not much. I have watched some stuff, but stuff I've watched all the time. I haven't really watched anything different over the past couple of days. That might change tonight before I go to bed. I'm not sure yet, though.
Well, we have a new viewer, so what do you normally watch? I
did start a new cartoon today because Netflix gracefully put out the first 130 episodes of One Piece onto Netflix, and I was like, I've never seen this show before. I've heard nothing but good things, and I've heard if you like the English dub, you're gonna like the show. So I gave the pilot a shot, and I have to tell you, it's not my thing. I enjoyed the comedy aspect of it. The violence in it's really interesting, but there are definitely anime that I really like, and there are anime that I don't like. And One Piece, unfortunately, is one of them. I just didn't really get attached. It's a lot like me with Naruto. I enjoy people like Naruto a lot, but it's just there's a lot to do. There's a lot to watch, and to me, I rather just watch like 50 and then move on. That's why I like Gundam so much. But that's basically it. I watched One Piece this morning before I went to work. All right, go through your plethora.
So I watched Defending Jacob.
Of course you did.
We have 2 episodes left, which we're finishing either on Tuesday and or when I get home from work on Wednesday. I did watch a little bit of Arrow. I did watch a little bit of Flash, but I haven't watched it since we talked about it. And then I have been watching Gilmore Girls to go to bed to and stuff. And so like I'm in season 5 now or something like that. Movie wise, I think the newest movie that I watched here recently was King of Staten Island, which was amazing. Highly recommend. I would say you could probably wait until it drops down. From what they said in the press release and stuff for it, it's only going to be unlimited, like $20 rental. So I'd say for like 2 weeks or so, it's probably going to be $20, and then they're going to drop it down, probably make it into a buying and like a rental at a cheaper price. And I would say it's probably going to do really well when it does drop down. But for this particular moment and stuff, it's good. I just don't know if it's worth paying the $20 because there isn't no spectacle. You're not, you're paying for a dramedy that's very, very well done, but it is a dramedy at that. So, know what you pay for before you make the purchase.
I have to say, this was a pretty chill show.
Very chill, also relatively short. That's okay. And if you guys enjoyed it, do all the fun YouTube things and all the fun podcast things. And we'll see you guys all next time.
I would do the music, but I am tired.
So we're going to sit here
and ponder.